if I can just get it to record, and it looks great. And what I want you to do is tell me again about Granddaddy Eddie's picture there in the calendar.
Well, you've got Granddaddy Eddie's picture here, my daddy's picture here, and it was made in Michigan, Jackson, Michigan, around 1928, 1929. It was after their house had burned in Hinkleville.
Their house.
Granddaddy John and Mama Helen's house in 25 burned, 1925, to the ground, and the guys went to Michigan to make money to rebuild the house.
Now that was the house that Mama Helen inherited from the Bondurants?
I didn't say that.
I'm asking.
I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
I thought they bought it and paid for it.
Oh, maybe they did.
She inherited some money from an uncle, but
okay.
If it went on the house, I thought that she lost that in the bank failure. In 29, the banks failed, and the jobs failed, and the men came home, and anyway, this picture is when Dad was in Jackson, and
Jackson, Michigan.
Yeah, and he worked with Uncle James for a while, and he worked for a radio company, Zenith Radio, for a while, and I'm not sure what else he did, but he made enough money. He went out and bought himself a hat, a suit, and a long overcoat, and dressed up and had his picture made, and that's it. And then apparently lost his job to the recession or the depression following in 29, 30, 33 area, and came back home, and I told you last night that he married sometime in that period of time, but I'm not sure what date was. Never discussed it with him. And
so you never found that in your genealogy researching. You never did find the date or the name or any of that, or is it in my?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. And
they had a baby and it died.
Mm-hmm.
And then he divorced, but then he met Mama Grandma.
Well, at the time of the divorce, apparently he was living with she and her family. I think I heard him say that. And you know how it can be with in-laws, and so it just didn't last.
Yeah.
The baby died and all that. It's been a lot of stress and strain.
Yeah.
And anyway.
And he's 21. You think he's 21 in that picture?
He was 21 in the picture.
Born in 1908.
Born 08. Mm-hmm. So,
and this was 29, so he was 21.
Just before the fall, stock market.
The big crash of 29.
Mm-hmm. The one that they compare the one now to, but say that even then, 29 was worse.
Yeah. Well, it's been bad enough now. At least, you know, it's...
Well, now
I think 29 was worse.
Going overseas, and
yeah. Well, whose fault is that? Oh well. Anyway, yeah. So that's Granddaddy, and then Mama Grandma's birthday's there in August in that calendar.
Okay. Grandma's birthday in August. So she has a picture. You've got a picture of her here, and I have two nice pictures of her at about the same time period. One of them was made of her graduation from high school, and the other one was made of her when she got married. And it was all about the same time, and she married Joe Dunham, and he fell in the Mississippi River and got pneumonia and died when they had only been married a short few months. And so that's another tragedy.
Yeah.
And I didn't find out about either of these until I was grown, had kids of my own.
Yeah.
And that's probably not true in Dad's case, because I think I've learned about it in the tobacco patch when one of the employees cutting tobacco asked Daddy about his first wife, and that was my first hearing of that.
And so then he had to explain that.
Well, he said later, "You learned something today, didn't you, Jim?" And of course I had.
And then he explained it. Or he didn't go ahead and explain it, that's all what there was of it.
I don't know when I got the rest of the little bit of information that I had.
Okay. So Mom and Grandma was born in...
Mama and Grandma was born August 25th, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, 25th, and 19 and 15 in Caruthersville, Missouri, and she graduated from high school in 33, and I have no idea about the date of the marriage.
You don't know, you don't have that in your head? I don't either.
I don't have that in my head, and I don't know if I have that on my data.
What about Granddaddy Eddie and Mama Grandma, though, when they got married?
They got married 10th of June, 35.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to stop and start again.
She told me that baby